like I haven't done a get ready with me video in so long. First of all, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a really great holiday and are excited for the new year. I know nothing has really changed. I'm still planning on sheltering in place for most of my days, but it is exciting to just feel like there is kind of a fresh start in a way. But I'm definitely not treating it like the pandemic is over or anything. I'm sorry my upload schedule has been a little bit off for the past month. I feel like every time the holidays come around, especially in December, I just kind of chill out for the year. I know I usually do a holiday lookbook, but this year I just didn't feel like it. It didn't feel appropriate. I just wanted to sit down and chat and get ready with you all and show you the makeup look that I've been wearing a lot. It's super easy and really flattering, I think. So I've already done my skincare. I have my sunblock on. I have a really itchy spot right here right now. It just popped up out of nowhere. So I'm not gonna use like foundation primer, but I'm going to use eye primer. I'm gonna use the Japonesque Velvet Touch Primer over my eyelids. For my face, I'm gonna use Urban Decay's Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrator. This is a newly launched product. I actually did a campaign with them, but I love this so much. It just gives your skin a really, really nice glow. It's my favorite. I've been using this nonstop. So I'm in the shade 30 Light. So I just take a little bit on my fingers at first, warm it up, and then just blend it right into the skin. It has really nice coverage. It's like medium buildable coverage, so I'll just go in with a layer like this and then spot treat any areas that need extra coverage. Just gonna go under the eyes a little bit. Then I'll just take a brush to build up that coverage. My lips look so pale. I'm gonna put a little bit of color so I don't have to look at my pale lips this whole video. Then I'm just gonna set with Urban Decay's All Nighter Waterproof Setting Powder. I'm just gonna take this large powder brush and swivel it a few times here, and then just pat, glide, whatever. Now I'm going to do my brows. I'm actually going to take the Sigma Winged Liner brush and just go very precise with my brows so I can try to make it look more bushy and hair-like. How are you all feeling with the new year? Do you feel refreshed? Or is it just kind of more of the same from last year? Does it feel any different? It's really weird for me to look back at this past year because I just feel so different, but not in any significant way. Like I still feel the same, but I look back at old photos and videos and I'm just like, who is that? That just seems like such a different life. I was looking at old videos and I was reminded that around this time last year I started feeling really lost and just unsure of myself. And I definitely don't feel that way anymore, which is surprising, I guess, given the wild, tumultuous year that we've had. Not to say that I 100% know what I'm doing now, but I just feel like I have more certainty and more confidence in what I want to do, I guess. I don't feel so confused or without purpose, but of course, I'm always going to be a work in progress. We'll just leave it at that for now. I'm gonna style my bangs later, so they're gonna hide most of my brows anyway. Moving on to the eyeshadow, I'm going to do a really soft wing, but it's gonna be more sparkly in the center, and I'm gonna use a few different palettes for that. So first, I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty one. They're number 1 and also number 6 because I wanna use the browns, but I also want to use the smokier, darker colors in this one. So first, I'm gonna take this neutral color and just use that as the base over my eyes, and then I'm gonna go over that with this one. I realized what I didn't know last year was I was just really tired. I was really tired and really burnt out, and I guess I just needed to slow down. Like I needed a break, but I wasn't really allowing myself to do that. So in a way, like 2020 gave me so much time to rest and figure my shit out. It was really difficult. Like I really wanted to film a 2020 recap video and just have it to look back on the year, but I filmed myself just talking to the camera and looking back, and it was just so hard for me to edit because it was so personal and so like I just want to remember those lessons, and I don't want to think about it if I don't have to because I want to move on positively, and I feel so much better, and I don't want to look back at it so much, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to dwell on it too much. I'm so grateful for the lessons, but maybe I'm just not fully comfortable reliving it again. I do feel a lot more motivated. In general, I just feel much more capable. I hope this year, if nothing else, has showed you like how capable you are and how strong we are as humans. This year has definitely humbled me so much. It's just so hard to talk about without feeling selfish, because I know so many people had it way more difficult. And okay, so now I'm gonna take this dark brown shade and just draw a soft wing out here, and then kind of shade in and darken that area to like smoke it out. There are still some dark points from this year that I just have a hard time making sense of, but you know what? Maybe one day it'll all make sense, but right now I'm okay with some of it just not making sense and pushing forward anyway. I feel like this year I really challenged myself and tried to do more creative makeup looks and tried to learn a little bit more about photography. I still don't know that much, but I did go out of my comfort zone a few times. I think one thing I really did miss though was dressing up. Not even like anything fancy, just dressing up for the day, because I just stay home or I go to the grocery store. I don't really have a reason to be stylish or like put on outfits and clothes together. And that was like my first love, you know? So this year I want to get back into that and find my style again. I do feel like I lost it a little bit. I just don't know. It was just really hard to create, especially with vlogs. Like, I really didn't do anything interesting, and it just didn't seem worth showing or sharing. And I did watch a lot of TV shows. You know, if you ask me about a show, chances are I probably have seen it. I also forgot how much I loved graphic design and editing videos. I feel like I could sit here and blend this for forever. But we'll move on. Next, we're gonna move to the other side of the palette, and I'm gonna take like this shade and the black shade and just mix it into the outer corner right here. So this will smoke it out just a little bit more and also intensify it a little bit, make it look a bit more prominent so that there's more of a gradient across the eye. This is like really far extended out. We'll fix that in a sec. But next, I'm going to take my 3CE palette. I'm gonna take this bottom shade right here. It is my most used, most loved shade in this palette because it's so pretty. The glitters are just perfect. So I'm just gonna take that on my ring finger and apply that to the front half and blend it into this outer half right here. Now, just to add a little bit something extra, I'm gonna take the Misha Glitter Prism Liquid Shadow. This is in the shade Fairy Beads. And I'm just gonna take a little bit on the back of my hand. It's really watery, so sometimes when I put it directly on my eyelids, it takes off some of the powder eyeshadow. So I'm gonna use another finger and just pat it on. So these glitters are they're not as compact as the shadow glitters, so it just adds a little bit of extra dimension. It's really subtle, so you don't really need this extra step, but I just love it. I'm just gonna clean up underneath my eye. So now we're gonna clean up the outer corners. I feel like this went too far out. I get a little wild when I blend. So I'm gonna take my Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer in 2N and a flat concealer brush. I'm just gonna apply it back here. Take some of that. This also just helps to sharpen that wing and define it a bit more. So I'm just gonna go like this first. And then for the top part, I'm gonna, like, whatever's left on the brush, just dab it to soften it and blend it into my base, my foundation. For the lashes, I'm going to use the Ardell Demi Wispies. You can just use mascara if you want to, but I want to do lashes today for no reason whatsoever, but to show off this look. Just cleaning the excess glue from the lashes, like the extra adhesive they use to stick it onto the packaging. I also turned 30 this year, and sometimes I wonder how much of this reflection and introspection happened because of the pandemic and the year's circumstances, or because I was turning such a monumentous age. Something that I did realize is I kind of stopped dreaming. I've always considered myself a really big daydreamer. Like sometimes that's how I fall asleep. And I kind of stopped doing that. Like even before 2020, like towards the end of 2019, I just realized I stopped doing that. I've heard it's like something called maladaptive dreaming, which I'm not so keen on because I just think it's fun and it helps me fall asleep. It made me kind of sad because sometimes my dream world was way more fun and I loved having dreams. I realized I could turn all my dreams into reality. In my last Q&A, I got a few questions asking me about what I learned in my 20s. And at the end of it all, I think by the time I reached 30, I realized everything that I wanted, I kind of achieved. The demi lashes really complement this eye look because it flares out more on the outside, and because it's like darker on the outside, it just really accentuates everything. For contour, I'm going to use the Laura Mercier Matte Bronzing Powder in Soleil number 1. So I'm just going to contour down my nose. Then I'm going to do the sides of my face. I don't know if you can hear that, but my fridge just turned on. Or whatever it does when it does this thing. I don't even know if I finished my thought about turning 30, but pretty much I realized if I set my mind to it, I can achieve it. I just forget that so often, and I need to remind myself, like, this is where I wanted to be 5 years ago or whatever. Now for blush, I'm just gonna use this one. I just have it laying out here. This is the Lawless Make Me Blush in Indian Summer. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this, tap it like that. Now for highlight, I'm gonna use this one from Floss Beauty. This is their highlighter in Sunlit. I've been using this a lot and it's been my favorite because it's so pretty. It gives off the nicest gold glow. So I'm just gonna go down the nose and here. Now for lip color, I'm gonna use one of my old favorites, which I haven't been able to use because this never went well with any of my lighter hair colors. This is from 3CE. It's their shade in Nude. I used to wear this all the time. I think velvet lip formulas are my favorite. They're just so soft and plush, and they're not too drying. Okay, I'm gonna add another color in the center. So now, let me show you how I style my bangs. Usually my bangs are just pushed to the side like this, which makes it sit really weird. So what I do is I wet my bang portions. Like I grab all the shorter pieces and then I just run it in the drain. So I'll be right back. So you just run it through the drain from like root to tip and brush it down. Then you take your round brush, you set your round brush here, and with your blow dryer, you're gonna blow dry it downwards and then also from side to side. And this will give it that nice fluff to it. So my bangs have also gotten really long and I haven't had a chance to get it cut. So I'm also going to curl it with a 0.75, which is a 3/4 inch curling iron, and that is the perfect size for my bangs. I've used larger curling irons and it just doesn't curl my bangs the same way. So I just take thin strands at a time. I start from the very top because this is the most stubborn piece that doesn't usually like to sit where I want it to. And I just go like this. And sometimes I go over a couple times to make sure it's the right curl. And taking thinner strands help because it gives it a more piecey look. I'm gonna curl this long one too. Oh, I need to scoot this way because the cord's not long enough. I think I want to tie up the rest of my hair. Usually I would curl it before I do this because it just helps the hair stay better, but I'm not in the mood to curl everything today. My hair is still pretty short, so this gets a little bit difficult. I don't even tie it into a bun, really. I just go like this. And And then for my shorter hairs on the bottom, I just take these clips. These are a little small, but they do the job, and then I'll use bobby pins for extra support if I need to. So now I'm going to pop on some earrings and show you my outfit. So I have these earrings that a subscriber sent to me. She started a jewelry company. Her name is Peggy, and her jewelry company is called Rose May Jewelry, and she actually gave me a discount code to share with you. I think it's Sandy15 for 15% off, and all her jewelry is stainless steel, I think with gold plating, stainless steel or sterling silver. And so these are so cute. So if you want to check out her website, she has some really cute stuff. I will link it down below. And now let me show you the rest of my outfit. So my top is from H&M, and my pants are from Monkey. Again, the earrings are from Rose May Jewelry, and that's it. I love it. It's like my new favorite go-to outfit. It's super comfy and cozy. I am just really hopeful for 2021. I have no expectations really. I wrote down goals, which is actually saying a lot because last year I didn't write any goals down in my workbook, and it made me realize what kind of state I was in last year, where I didn't even allow myself to have dreams or have goals because I was so afraid of not being able to achieve them. But this year, I wrote whatever I wanted in my life down, and whether or not it happens in this next year, I don't care. I'm just happy knowing that I feel like I'm in a good place and a confident place where I can just dream and write things down and put it on paper and make it more concrete. Initially, I was so sad that I didn't really dream anymore, but I realized I was keeping all of those things in a dream state in this fantasy because I didn't think I could achieve them. And it was like living a different life in my dream state, and now I realized that they are coming together, and it's definitely a different mindset. Maybe that is just coming with age and knowing that you've lived long enough. I don't know what it is, but I am really hopeful for 2021, whatever it may bring. I don't want to jinx anything. I just want to thank you for your support and for continuing to watch my videos. Even though I haven't been at 100 this year, thank you so much for like being very understanding of that, and I'm just excited to give you more. I just want to show up more next year for all of you who have supported me. Like, I hate letting people down, and I also just want to show up more for myself. If there are any videos you want to see from me, leave them down in the comments. I always love reading your comments. Let me know how your 2021 is going so far. How do you feel? Okay, I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!